Hey guys, and welcome to an Aspie's Point of View, where I give you my opinion on stuff. So, today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite Disney characters, Belle, from Beauty and the Beast. And I did just get home from seeing the new movie. I did really enjoy it. But I want to talk a little bit more about what the character of Belle represents to me. Belle has always been my Disney reflection. I was the girl with her nose stuck in a book. I was the girl who was different, the girl who didn't exactly have a place that she fit in all the time. And I always identified with Belle. Just in the song from the beginning of the movie, when they say, "Look, there she goes, the girl is strange, no question, dazed and distracted, can't you tell? Never part of any crowd, 'cause her head's up in the cloud. No denying she's a funny girl, that Belle." It always used to hit home to me, not that nobody was my friend and I didn't have anywhere to be a part of, but it always seemed like it sort of kind of defined me. And then, the song continues with people wondering if she's feeling well, and she just has this dreamy look, and she's far off, she's never near, she's never really paying attention to what's right in front of her. And it ends, that verse with, "What a puzzle to the rest of us is Belle." And I've always kind of felt like myself, I am a puzzle. And a lot of people associate puzzles with Asperger's and autism in general. And I don't, in the way that Autism Speaks associates it, but I do believe that those of us who have some kind of autism spectrum disorder are a little bit of a puzzle, and it is something that you kind of need to solve over time. The big thing for me with Belle was always that I always understood her. And I didn't even understand myself all the time. But Belle, I always understood. She never asked to be odd or an outcast. She didn't wake up and decide it would be fun to be a nonconformist. She was just herself. She was a loving daughter who thirsted for knowledge, loved a good book, and couldn't seem to make friends. And she deserved them more than most people did. And I feel like I understood her character in a way that I couldn't understand anyone else, including myself, like I said. And for me, I was a kid who was caught reading on the streets of New York City, in a nightclub, whilst walking and riding in a car. And of course, my mother had to take a book out of my purse right before prom. For me, books were my friends, very similar to Belle. They were always there for me. They were never busy. They never changed. And they could transport me to parts unknown and allow me a brief refuge from the life that was so hard for me. And I've always appreciated that in Belle. And I feel like even though the character of Belle clearly wasn't written with Asperger's in mind, because it just wasn't a big thing back then, I feel as though, at least in some ways, Belle is the Disney character who is on the spectrum. And I love her for that. I really do. So those are my thoughts on Belle. As far as the movie itself, it was absolutely fantastic. I obviously loved the singing, the dancing, but there was a lot of new story as well, which I think a lot of people will find very interesting. So that is it for tonight. Until next time, this has been an Aspie's Point of View. Good night.